how did you end up getting to Europe? It's your third season over there?
Yeah. I grew up playing minor hockey in Humboldt, obviously. And when I was 15, I moved to Saskatoon to play AAA midget, and then played junior in Prince Albert and in Kelowna in the Western Hockey League, and then played pro in North America for a couple of years, and just decided, to try out Europe and see how it would go. And I have no regrets about my decision to come over here and play. I've met a lot of good people and seen a lot of cool places. And I think at that point in my career, I was ready for something new. And, I'm happy with my decision to come over here and play.
For sure. And I mean, you're still a young guy, really. I mean, like, what do you do other than play hockey? Have you done any schooling over there? Or, I mean, if you only know 6 words, I'm not sure how schooling would go, but.
Yeah, I've tried to stay busy, obviously, with pro hockey. There's a lot of downtime, and I've tried to explore and see different parts of cities, and I've traveled around to a few different countries, obviously. And I don't know, it's I spent a lot of time hanging out with my teammates and getting to know them, and there's I think there's a few imports on my team from North America. So if you want to speak English, you can. And but yeah, I've tried to stay busy. I like to check out the city I'm in and hang out. And it's starting to get a bit warmer here in Finland, so it's nice to sit outside and have a coffee and hang out.
Yeah, well, I guess I could say the same today. The snow is melting at least.
Yeah. No, I checked the weather quite a bit. It looks pretty cold still. So
I mean, no one's outside in shorts yet, but I imagine next week they will be.
Yeah.
So I guess when you were playing in North America, you had a few stops, I guess, Pittsburgh Penguins, Vancouver Canucks. What were those experiences like compared to what you're doing now?
Hockey's hockey. I think wherever you go, I think it differs from league to league, or obviously country to country, or what have you. I think North America is extremely competitive. I think every year there's a new group of young guys coming in, and it seems that the leagues in North America are getting younger and younger, and players are getting better at an earlier age. So the hockey is super competitive in North America, and whereas here it's obviously still very competitive and very highly followed around each country. I think it's a bit more stable here in terms of job security, but it's different. It's bigger ice surface over here, and but I really enjoyed my time in North America. I have a lot of good experiences, and like I said earlier, I met a lot of good people, and I really enjoyed playing in North America.
For sure. And like you said, you don't regret your move. You're enjoying what you're doing. What do you feel is one of the highlights, I guess, of being over in Europe?
Well, I think just getting to see different parts of the world. I had never been to Europe. Well, I was one time when I was 15, but to stay here for an extended period of time and get to know different cultures and see different places, and that's a big highlight for me. I didn't know a whole lot about Europe in general coming over here, but it's cool to see a different part of the world and experience how hockey is played over in this part of the world. So that's a big one. And obviously I think the fans here are really passionate about hockey. When we play either at home or at away games, I mean, their fans are always chanting and they're really into the game for the whole game. So that's been a really cool experience as well.
Yeah. Would you say there's any major differences in the game? I mean, do you play harder? Do you play faster compared to, maybe what we have over here in North America?
Yeah, it's a bit different, I'd say. I think, like I said, it's a bigger ice surface here in Europe. So I think it's a more puck possession game. If a lot of guys, instead of maybe dumping the puck in, they'll turn back and look for a new play. We the way we play in Helsinki, it's a big puck possession game. We really stress hanging on to the puck and looking for guys to get open, etc. So I think that's a big one. Obviously the game's obviously very fast. Everybody nowadays can really skate and make good plays at a high speed. So it's a bit different for sure. Just with a bigger ice surface, the game is played a little different. Depends on the team as well you're playing against.
For sure. Recently you scored your 21st goal, which is, I guess, a professional ice hockey best, I guess, in Helsinki, and it's tying you for the league. Did you know that? Was that, like, I guess, is it something you were aware of, or is that just, oh, really, like, news to me kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I follow the statistics, here and every now and again, and I like to see where I'm at in terms of points and all that stuff. I think I'm second now. I think I have 23 and the next guy has 24. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with how the season's gone, and this league's very competitive. So yeah, I mean, I follow it time to time. I try not to get too wrapped up in it, but obviously team success comes first, and I've always been that way. So yeah, it's nice, and hopefully can keep going.
Well, I guess when the team's playing good, it allows you to play good, right? So
yeah, exactly.
In the past, when you were, playing minor hockey, did you ever attend any camps or anything out this way?
Yeah, like when I was growing up, you mean?
Yeah, I just recently I did an interview with some young guys that went to like the Sask First camp, and a few of them actually got selected to go to like the summer camp and train with their skills and that sort of thing. So I was curious if you if anyone might be in a sense following in similar footsteps.
Yeah, for sure. I think when I was growing up in Humboldt, Sask First was a big thing. Obviously the best players around the province, and I played in the Sask First tournament and went kind of through the Sask minor hockey system, and did camps kind of around the province in the spring, and I played a lot of summer hockey as well in the spring growing up with different guys from around the province. And but yeah, I did camps here and there. I can't remember what age it would have been for Sask First, probably 13 or 14, but yeah, I think I did some of those camps growing up as well.
Yeah, and you also had the opportunity to represent Canada at the Youth Olympics. That was back in Austria for the World Under 17, I believe it was. What was that experience like? I mean, you were a young guy then, not that you're old by any means, but
yeah, it was interesting. Originally when the team had got selected, I wasn't on the team, and I think they had an injury or something like that. So I got it was kind of a late addition, and yeah, it was unbelievable. I think I was 15 at the time, and we went over to Innsbruck, Austria, and we were Team Canada, and we played teams from Finland and Russia and a bunch of countries as well. And it was awesome. It was like it was like the Olympics for teenagers in a way. There was snowboarding and curling and all that stuff. So it was cool to see different people from all over the world, and you'd be eating in the dining hall with people from China and Japan. And as a young kid, I don't know if I really appreciated it that much, how cool the experience was. But now that I'm a bit older, I realized it was truly a once in a lifetime thing, and something I always have great memories from.
For sure. With your hockey career, where you're at now and where you'd like to see yourself in the future, what are your plans? What are your goals?
Obviously in the short term, I think, like you said, I'm still a young guy. I think I am in terms of hockey age, but I think I've really enjoyed my time over in Europe, and I'd like to see my career progress and then move on. I think there's some very competitive leagues around Europe, and that's my goal in the short term. And, I think staying healthy is a big thing, and taking care of myself off the ice, and trying to see new places and keep exploring. I think now that I'm over, I think life experiences is a big thing for me. And but in terms of hockey, I mean, just keep doing what I do, and keep doing what I do. I really enjoy playing hockey. It's to me, it's a great job to have. I'm very privileged to do this, and so yeah, I think just keep going and see what's ahead.
Yeah. And I guess with COVID, things kind of were shut down or at a standstill. Talk about that experience. I mean, being in a professional career for playing hockey, I guess like that must have been a difficult time. And like, how do you continue to, chase that career path, or how do you continue to even, I mean, obviously you can still go and practice on your own and that sort of thing, but what was it like having that shut down, and what was it like maybe moving forward from COVID?
Yeah, it's been difficult the last couple of years playing through a pandemic. Obviously, we're just a small thing in the grand scheme of things of what's going on the last couple of years with COVID. So we felt very lucky to be able to practice and play games, like you said. I think we tried to take every day as it came. I mean, things change day to day. You could play a game one night, and the next week you're staying at home because of maybe a possible outbreak, or you're having to stay at home in quarantine. So it's been this year has been more normal than last year. Last year we played a full season without fans, and it was a lot of stops and starts. And this year it's been a little bit of the same with some restrictions in place, but overall it's been good. We've had fans in the stands this year for the most part, and it's been a little bit unfamiliar, I guess, but it's just kind of become the new normal and what we have to do to be able to keep playing. And at the same time, I've felt very lucky to be in the position I'm in, and to keep playing, because I think a lot of people have been worse off and worse affected than us. So
Yeah. I guess that's, always a positive, is just that you got to be able to, keep doing it in some aspect. You weren't, completely like stuck at home, hopefully, and like, at least get on the ice. If people wanted to, follow your career path, do you feel like you're an idol to like some of the youth around here? Like, I mean, again, like you're what, 26, 27?
Yeah, 26. Yeah.
So like to be considered like an idol to some of the youth, like how does that make you feel?
Well, it feels good. I'm a little embarrassed, to be honest, but no, it feels good. I've always I grew up in a household where we valued hard work and being a good person first and foremost, and I think that's what's got me to this point. And it feels good. I wouldn't say I'm an idol, but if I can help help navigate young kids through whether it be hockey or other sports, and maybe be a role model to in some degree. I mean, I'm always I'm humbled by that, and I'm really appreciative. So I think just growing up, I just loved the game, and then I always played with my friends, whether it was street hockey or an outdoor rink, and to turn it into a professional career. I mean, that was always the goal, but I don't know. It's a good question.
Did you ever think you were going to get there? Like, did you ever think that, hey, this is my dream, is coming true? Did you ever think that was going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I think, I don't know, it was always the goal, and that's always what I, wanted to do. And, I think there were times along the way where it was a little tough at times, and I think with everything, things can get hard, and but there's been lots of times where, you sit back and reflect and think of how lucky you are, and like I said, how privileged, and I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. It's to me, it's the greatest job in the world, and it's the best game in the world. And that's my opinion. But I really enjoy what I do.
For sure. Thinking back to like your time in Humboldt, do you have any fond memories or, any stories that stick out in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I love growing up in Humboldt. I mean, I think it was the perfect place for my younger brother and I to grow up. We had so many good friends that were so involved in sports or anything. It didn't even have to be sports, just hanging out. And I think Humboldt's a great place to live and grow up. And just whether it was throwing a football or playing hockey in an outdoor rink or anything, it was awesome. I think it's a good size, and the people are really friendly. And I don't know, I look back and just, going to practice at the rink in Humboldt, playing games, being with your buddies. And, I think I love playing other sports. When hockey season kind of rolled around, it was always a really exciting time for me. And, I look back and I had a lot of great memories, just being around Humboldt, and especially playing at the EPA.
Yeah, for sure. I guess there's lots of hockey dreams that I feel start in Humboldt or in the surrounding area. And we have quite a few athletes that have gone on and, done big things with their life. And I'd like to think that, it has something to do with the area, whether it's baseball or it's hockey. It seems like it's a really supportive community in that sense that, everyone kind of gets pushed towards their dream, and if you want it, you can achieve it, kind of thing. So it's always awesome to connect with different athletes from around the area.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I look at Breanne Tyson and Paige Crozon, and there's so many good athletes from Humboldt and surrounding area, and there's so much support and from the community. And what's cool is people follow and support each other, and I'm so proud to be from Humboldt and call it my hometown. And like you said, I don't know what it is, maybe something in the water or something, but I think Humboldt and area pushes out a lot of good athletes that in all sports that have gone on and become successful.
For sure. I guess in closing, is there anything else that you'd like to mention, or any shout outs or thank yous that you'd like to throw out there?
I think just saying thanks to my family and, my mom and dad and my brother. I think we were always really supportive of each other, and I don't know, thank you to the city of Humboldt. I mean, like I said, it was awesome growing up in Humboldt. I have so many great memories, and I try to get back in the summer quite a bit and see people and hang out. And no, it was a great time growing up, and I have nothing but awesome and fond memories of growing up.
For sure. And just before I let you go, where's your season at right now? What are you currently doing?
So we have 2 games before left in the regular season, and I think the playoffs for us will start probably the end of next week. So yeah, we have a good team. We're lots of experience, and hopefully we can make a deep playoff run here.
For sure. Well, all the best to you and your team, and feel free to keep in touch, and we look forward to seeing where your career goes.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you very much for this. Appreciate it.